Some people are dog. I'm such a dog person.
Can you tell?
Yeah. Some people are cat. Oh, yeah, I just struggled though for 20 minutes with him in my lap. But if you are in love with someone who doesn't like dogs or cats.
Oh no, or what if your pet loves you but doesn't want anything to do with the person you're dating? That is a situation we're discussing in our relationship reboot. So right now we have our relationship guru, Kylie Bearse, and making his TV debut, Carol's dog, Fred.
Fred!
Hi, Fred.
So did Fred like your husband?
Well, Fred likes my husband.
Now?
Fred loves me the most, of course. The dog knows who loves him the most. I did kind of trick my husband into getting the dog. The kids and I had all picked out, deposit down, and then, you know, he finally agreed to it, and all of a sudden the dog's in the house like 10 seconds later.
This is a problem with people, though, if you have a dog and then you meet someone.
Right.
What if they don't get along? I mean, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, well, and you know, surveys show that about 70% of women say they'd pick the dog or the cat over
the boy?
That's really a big number.
About 50% of men say the same thing, that they would
really?
pick the pet over the loved one.
That surprises me.
Well, and you know, so it can be a real issue. There's a great new memoir out called Stepdog by New York Times journalist Maya Navarro. Hilarious.
Well, because it's like a step kid? Is that the premise of it?
So, you know, she finally married
Mr.
Jim.
Right.
He had Eddie. Eddie saw Maya as an intruder. She spent much of their, you know, life trying to get Eddie to love her. So, you know, one of the points is that many people, over 64% of people, see pets as family members.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
so when you're starting a relationship, you have to blend that family member with your new relationship.
So is it almost like starting pet parenting?
Yes.
Like you have to co-parent the dog?
Absolutely. So
really?
One of the tips as couples are trying to merge with a pet who may not be as fond of that person as you are, is to talk about how you're going to parent that pet. You know, and if you don't have kids, it can be a great preview to how you might parent, you know.
Well, and I kind of experienced this firsthand. I had my little dog Dottie, who I still have to this day. She at first was a little weary of my husband. Now I had adopted her, so we don't know what her background was. But she seemed to be kind of skittish around all men, but it was like his loud voice. So initially I was like, you have to quiet down.
Right.
Because we need Dottie to love you, because I really like you. But I mean, it was like, for a while, it was kind of, he was like, stop talking to me. Like, you know, you care about the dog more than me.
Right. It sounds kind of silly, but I mean, pets are not that different from children. They need boundaries, you know, they need love, they need to know what the rules are. So it's a great practice.
And we're so glad that it worked out, because Dottie is here, John is here. But does it have to be an either or? What it comes down to? They don't get along.
Right. Well, you know, there's a couple issues to keep in mind. So, you know, don't go either or right away. One of the things you can do early on is to kind of assess, okay, how is this person treating this animal that I love, this family member? It can give you a clue to what that person might be like for the long haul. And it also might be, if that other person is asking you to give up something that brings you great joy, you might say, whoa, red flag, you know, so in early relationships. There's all sorts of other things you can do as well. You know, you actually can get an animal behaviorist, therapist.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like a dog trainer, but for behavior.
Absolutely. Wow. So if, for instance, that dog, not my Fred, of course.
This is the sweetest little guy.
But like, let's say dog or cat. You know, cats can be kind of mean. I was just talking to someone in the green room.
I've never met a cat that likes me. It's unfortunate.
I mean, you can actually work with that behaviorist to find out, you know, what's the root of that, and slowly get that pet, hopefully over time, to love your partner as much as you do.
It sounds so funny, I think, to people.
It does.
But it's not.
But it's real.
Well, and if there's actual fear, so if there's a real phobia, I mean, that's where a pet behaviorist
could really help.
A marriage and family therapist as well, to say, okay, let's talk about these fears, where they come from, and let's talk about how to work with them before abandoning the partner, the significant other, or the pet. You know, so it also is a great chance to work on your conflict and compromise skills. You know, if there is not real fear, or, you know, if there's not an aggressive animal.
So many lessons can be learned.
I love it. And we got to have Fred on Mid-Morning.
I love having a dog in here. Carol, thank you so much for joining us. I'm not giving Fred back. So you might just have to stay till the end of the show.
We need some conflict resolution right now.
Fred is the cutest dog in the Twin Cities. I mean, seriously?
He needs an Instagram.
Oh, Fred, yeah.